Hey everybody, welcome to the very first episode of Cards, Collectibles, Coffee. I'm your host JWashB182, and we got our coffee, so let's go ahead and talk about the cards. Today we're talking about cards. I collect a lot of cards, right? Mostly my biggest cards I collect are Magic the Gathering, even though I post a lot of Pokemon content. I'm really passionate about Magic. Been playing since I was like 13. Just as a reference, I'm 34 now, so 20 plus years, Um, so to get started, I started playing with my older brother. He bought some cards one Christmas. His birthday's a little after Christmas, so he bought some cards then. He made us a couple decks. That's how we kind of got started. Shortly after that, we got into Friday Night Magic, playing Standard. So I used to play a lot of Standard. That's how I learned about Draft. So I played Draft, play Standard. Then we took a little bit of a break because we were in high school then. So then I got into Modern when I got a little bit older. Probably around 2015. I had a buddy that showed me what Commander was, and then pretty much been playing since then. So I've been playing Commander since about 2015. Haven't really played much else. I've gone to a few drafts since then, like the War of the Spark. It's probably like the last draft I did. Other than that, I've just been cracking packs with my friends, trying to pull good cards, play tabletop Magic. But today I would like to show you guys my collection of EDH decks, right? Commander decks. So I got some laid out here for you. I'm going to flip the camera around. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to explain a little bit about each deck, kind of what it does, maybe kind of give you a scale on the power level of each one. So, all right, let me grab this. I'm going to flip my camera around. Let's get into it. Make sure you got your coffee. Sit down. Hopefully this video ain't too long. All right, so my first deck here, Mishra Opnet 1. This is pretty much the pre-con. I think I switched like one card out, but you can kind of see here what he does. Pretty mean. He likes to get a lot of non-creature artifacts out, and he turns them into his little buddies that swing out. So you kind of get extra value on each artifact that you make, and then when you sacrifice them, sometimes it gets extra value there. This is a pretty strong deck, in my opinion, for a pre-con. Power level is probably right in the middle. Nothing too crazy. Pretty fun. Moving on. We got, I'm sorry guys, I'm really bad with these names here. Marcia, Breaker of the Coil. This is my pure cat deck. Every creature type is a cat. I even tried to get some artworks as a cat. Hang on one second, let me set my coffee down. So, here's a pre-con. This one here's the cat deck. I tried to design it so it felt like the cats were clawing your face out. A lot of people think this deck's kind of cool that I play with. It's very good if you're like a beginner player. Kind of shows you like how to work tribal, kind of do sequencing. Pretty fun deck all around. Next over here, we got Arcades. He's a pretty popular commander. I'm sure most of you guys who play Magic know what Arcades does. Excuse me. He makes his walls swing out. You play a creature with Defender, most likely a wall, right? And then you draw a card, and then they can assign their power with their toughness. I nicknamed this deck Butt Fighters, just because we swing out with their butts here. As you can see here, 5 power. He's the blue deck. Pretty fun deck. I really like this one. This is probably one I've had for a while now. I've had this deck since like 2019. So, been a long time since I've had this one. Moving on. This is my newest deck, Lightning Army of One. From the Final Fantasy set. She's crazy. I'll tell you what, you throw some equipment on her, you get some extra combat spells. I even have like, Aurelia War Leader, the angel that gives you an extra combat. Doesn't take long for her to finish you off, because that first strike does first, and then the regular damage does it. So if you have extra combat steps, you can easily double the damage, double it again, double it again, double it again. You can really one-shot people really quickly with Lightning Army of One. Really fun deck. Kind of high-powered. I didn't mean to make it so high-powered, but I literally just made this with cards I have, right? I didn't buy any cards for this deck. I kind of just had my extra Boros cards I got. My girlfriend and I, we opened a lot of packs from the Final Fantasy set. So this is mostly a Final Fantasy deck right here. So really fun deck, really high powered, great in a 1v1. Perfect in a 1v1. I haven't really played it too much in like a pod, so that would be kind of fun to do. Kind of just get to see if I can politic my way around it so I don't get one shot by somebody else. So yeah, Lightning Army of One, super fun deck. If you have her, build her. Crazy fun. All right, moving on. All right, so Emery, Lurker of the Loch. So this is mono blue artifacts for me. Super crazy, crazy strong deck. This is probably my most competitive deck. A lot of combos, super amount of combos. Every time I play it, I seem to always find more combos. I did tone it down a little bit. I have a deck profile on my TikTok. If you want to see what the deck used to be like, go check it out. But I kind of nerf it a little bit just so more people would want to play against me. If I was ever going to go into like a competitive tournament for EDH, I'd bring this. Just hands down. It's not as strong as like Urza Lord Artificer would be, but she's still super crazy good. The only downside is you can't tap her on the first turn unless you give her like Lightning Greaves. I don't run, I think it's like Immortal Elixir that gives her, or activate your ability first turn. I don't have that. So there is like one turn that you can't like start copying stuff from like the graveyard down here, her last ability. But if she sticks around for one turn, man, you can start looping stuff like crazy. I do have like some more budget upgrades I want to get for her, so that would be kind of cool to do. Just kind of increase her power a little bit, but with not a lot of money. Super into budget upgrades. I don't really like spending a whole lot of money on cards. Like, I feel like I get buyer's remorse if I buy like a $50 card, you know, let alone like a $200. I've never bought a $200 card before. I just can't do it. I can't stomach it. I feel like I instantly regret it if I did. All right, so Emery, super crazy fun, a lot of combos. Also, if you have her laying around, feel free to build her, you know? Like, just throw any amount of artifacts in there. Kind of just get creative with her. She's super cool to build. You can kind of see this one's hollow, too. I did buy a booster box of Throne of Eldraine, and I felt like that box was cracked. I got so many good cards in that booster box. Love that set, love the cards. I'm so glad I built Emery. She's definitely probably one of my favorite decks. All right, let's keep moving along here. Kenrith the Return King. He's actually my box promo I got from that booster box I just told you about. So he's foil. I keep him in a hard sleeve just because I don't want to ruin him. But I made Kenrith 5-color giants. Kind of just like as a funny meme deck. Not that crazy strong. I know you can build Kenrith like stupid strong with his abilities, but I just made 5-color giants just because I thought it'd be funny. Kind of fun beginner deck if you're playing with somebody who doesn't really know what to play or how to play. You can play, you know, I can play my 5-color giants. Yeah, just silly 5-color stuff. Nothing too crazy. When you play Kenrith, you know, you kind of see the draw drop, but we don't go crazy. It's just like, I don't know, maybe like a 1. There's no really strong cards in here. Just giants. Giants do giant things. It take a while to get out. We're ramping early on. Kind of cool. But moving on. All right. Omitri. So I got this precon when Ikoria came out, and I thought he was going to be better. I like this deck. Sweet color combination. I really like the mutate mechanic. Super prone to target removal, right? If they take out your stack of cards, your stack of creatures, I guess, because you just keep mutating on top or underneath them, you're done. So I had to put some like creatures with hexproof on in the deck that are non-human. That way I can mutate onto them and then just kind of get that hexproof protection. So that seems to be working out pretty well for this deck. Still, though, not that strong. You know, he's kind of like a Voltron commander. You kind of just power up one creature with a bunch of mutates and then kind of swing out. So if you're playing with a lot of people, you're going to get hit. People aren't going to like that you have a huge, massive creature with a lot of abilities, and they're going to swing on you. So I can't tell you how many times I won with this deck. This is like more of a have fun deck. It's not really like a win deck, but pretty cool. I've had this since it came out. I I don't know. I just can't bring myself to tear it apart just because I don't know what I would do with all those mutate cards. I even kind of got a lot of full art cards when they were out, when they were really cheap, just kind of bling it out. So I'll probably keep Omidri for a long time. Just like a fun deck, you know. Moving on, we got Tergrid. So everybody hates Tergrid. Every time I play Tergrid, you get the, oh, Tergrid, really? Tergrid, she's Mrs. Steal Your Girl, right? She will take all your opponent's stuff. Permanents, you'll make them just sacrifice them, make them discard them. She takes everything, and she don't care. There's a backside Tergrid that I thought would be kind of cool, but it kind of can go infinite by itself. But I don't really play that style. I just play the front face. Yeah. I know she's a game changer nowadays. She didn't used to be when she first came out because that wasn't a thing. But game changer deck, I guess you can say it's kind of competitive. I don't really have a lot of expensive cards in here. I do have like some fast mana that I guess kind of like rose in price. Not like artifacts. What was it, Calling the Weak or whatever way to make fast black mana quickly. Like Dark Ritual style. So like that stuff's in there to kind of get Tergrid out quicker. But I enjoy playing Tergrid. I love mono black decks. I wish she wasn't so hated on, but I get it. You know, I would hate to play against a Tergrid deck, so I get it. All right, moving on. We got a couple more, and then we'll be done here. So Arya. All right, so Arya is it's between Arya and Emery that are my favorite commanders. So Arya, first of the Locthwain, she is an aristocrat style. She will drain everybody, and then you gain 1 life. So I combo her with a lot of Blood Artist effects, where people will have black creatures coming in, everybody takes damage, I gain 1 life. Creature going out of play, everybody takes damage, I gain 1 life. A lot of triggers. Super fun. If you're having some like drinks around the table though, and you're getting a little tipsy, she's really hard to keep track of, like all of her triggers. So keep that in mind. Other than that, she's super fun. My game ender her is usually Gary, the Gray Apostle Merchant. He will just end people because you have 3 black pits here up top, and this is a mono black, so you're gonna have a lot of pips, a lot of black pips. He's gonna count them all and just drain people. And then I have some graveyard recursion, so I really like to play Gary, drain everybody for 1, use his effect, drain everybody for like 7 apiece, gain that much health back, sacrifice them, drain everybody for 1, gain 1 from, Blood Artist, and then use like a Distomb or something so I can put him back in my hand and just keep doing it. And you do that like 2 or 3 times and you killed everybody. Like there's just no one left and you have everybody's health. She's crazy fun. Really like this deck. This is probably, like I said, this is definitely one of my favorites. I'm going to keep Arya around for a long, long time. Now moving on, this is the last deck I got for you guys today. I got Darren, King of the Keltar. I think I'm saying his name right. Definitely old school commander, right? He's from Ice Age. He's super fun too. Very combo-y. Whenever you're dealt damage at all, you create that many 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. So I combo this with Soul Sisters. Those are whenever a creature comes into play, you gain 1 health. So let's say someone hits you for 5, right? You take 5 damage, you make 5 1/1 soldiers. They come into play. Soul Sisters see them, you gain 5 health back. You lost no health and gain 5 new bodies on the field. This deck's super hard to beat. And then I combo with like Worship. So like it's an enchantment that says as long as I have a creature, my health can't drop below 1. So I actually went against my buddy who made it like a what was the Haymaker deck, that rabbit from Bloomburrow, and he had like a Heir Apparent deck, and he had to kill him with commander damage because he could not just one-shot me to the point where Darren made those bodies back and I gained that health. So he had to find a way to actually deal commander damage and beat me. So that's the way to beat Darren. You got to kill me with commander damage. You got to board wipe me, then kill me. Darren definitely makes a lot of loops for you to go through in order to win the game. Otherwise, you keep hitting me, I get a bigger army, and I will take control of the whole game with that army. So this is a fun deck if you're playing a lot of people against, and like someone slips up and they start swinging at you. He does take 6 mana to get out for a 3/3, so like that's kind of like the big jump there. Like I guess the big payoff, the 6 mana. But other than that, Darren, very fun deck, mono white. Build it with Soul Sisters, you won't regret it. All right. So that is my Commander EDH collection, guys. Those are all my current decks that I have. If you guys want to see deck profiles or anything else, please leave a comment. I'd love to do deck profiles if that's what you guys want to see. Yeah, until next time, peace, guys. Hope you guys have a good day. Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. All right. Bye, guys. And make sure, get your coffee, all right? All right, see you later.